Dr. Charlotte Hayes here, and I'm about to share something with you that might sound completely backwards at first. For years, you've been told to drink more water, 8 glasses a day, stay hydrated, all that standard advice. And yes, hydration is important, but here's what nobody's telling you. If you're over 50 and you're still drinking plain water without adding certain key ingredients, you're missing out on one of the simplest ways to supercharge your nitric oxide production and transform your cardiovascular health, energy levels, and overall vitality. Now, before we dive deep into this, let me be crystal clear about something. This isn't about some miracle cure or magic pill. This is about understanding the science of how your body produces nitric oxide, why that production dramatically declines after age 50, and how the right additions to your water can reverse that decline naturally. And when I say this affects your overall health and vitality, I'm not exaggerating. Nitric oxide is the primary molecule responsible for healthy blood flow throughout your entire body, including to every organ and tissue that needs proper circulation. So, why does plain water fall short? Well, water is essential for life, no question about it. It helps every system in your body function. But water alone doesn't provide the precursors your body needs to manufacture nitric oxide. Think of it this way. Your body is like a factory, and nitric oxide is one of the most important products that factory makes. Water keeps the factory running, but without the raw materials, the production line stops. And after 50, that production line is already running at reduced capacity due to natural aging processes. Your endothelial cells, the ones that line your blood vessels and produce nitric oxide, become less efficient. The enzymes that help create nitric oxide don't work as effectively. Your body needs more support, not less. Let me walk you through what happens when nitric oxide levels drop. First, your blood vessels don't dilate as easily. This means less blood flow everywhere throughout your body. Your heart has to work harder. Your muscles don't recover as quickly. Your energy levels drop. Your mental clarity can decline. Your exercise capacity decreases. This isn't just about aging gracefully. This is about the quality of your daily life and your ability to stay active and healthy. Low nitric oxide is linked to everything from poor cardiovascular health to reduced cognitive function. But here's the exciting part. You can do something about it, and it starts with what you add to your water. The first addition that needs to be in your daily routine is beetroot powder. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Beets, really? But hear me out. Beetroot is absolutely loaded with dietary nitrates, and these nitrates are the gold standard precursors for nitric oxide production. When you consume nitrates from natural sources like beetroot, your body converts them into nitrite and then into nitric oxide. This pathway becomes increasingly important after 50 because it doesn't rely on those aging endothelial cells as much as other pathways do. You're essentially giving your body a shortcut to produce the nitric oxide it desperately needs. Studies have shown that beetroot supplementation can significantly improve blood flow within just a few hours of consumption. We're talking about measurable improvements in vascular function, reduced blood pressure, and enhanced exercise performance. But more importantly for our discussion today, improved blood flow means improved function throughout your entire body. Better circulation to your brain for clearer thinking, better delivery of oxygen to your muscles for improved stamina, better nutrient delivery to every organ system. When you add just 1 to 2 teaspoons of high-quality beetroot powder to your morning glass of water, you're setting yourself up for better performance all day long. The effects are real, they're measurable, and they're consistent. But we're not stopping with beetroot. The second critical addition is pomegranate extract or powder. Pomegranate has been revered for centuries in traditional medicine, and modern science has validated why. This fruit is packed with powerful antioxidants called polyphenols, particularly punicalagins and ellagic acid. These compounds do something remarkable. They protect your existing nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly. See, it's not enough to just produce more nitric oxide. You also need to preserve what you're making. Pomegranate acts like a shield, extending the active life of nitric oxide in your bloodstream. Research has demonstrated that pomegranate supplementation can improve cardiovascular function and blood vessel health, specifically in people experiencing circulation difficulties. In multiple clinical studies, those who consumed pomegranate showed significant improvements compared to those who didn't. We're not talking about minor changes either. These were meaningful improvements that affected quality of life. When you combine pomegranate with beetroot in your water, you're creating a synergistic effect. You're both increasing production and protecting what you produce. This one-two punch is far more effective than either ingredient alone. Now, let's talk about the third addition. And this one might surprise you: watermelon extract or citrulline powder. Watermelon contains high levels of an amino acid called citrulline, which your body converts directly into arginine, and arginine is then used to produce nitric oxide. What makes citrulline special is that it bypasses some of the digestive breakdown that affects other supplements. It gets absorbed efficiently and goes to work quickly. Citrulline supplementation has been shown in studies to improve blood vessel function and enhance circulation quality in people with mild to moderate vascular difficulties. The beauty of adding citrulline to your water is that it works through a different pathway than beetroot. While beetroot provides nitrates that convert to nitric oxide, citrulline provides the building blocks for the enzymatic production of nitric oxide. Using both means you're supporting multiple pathways simultaneously, which is exactly what your aging body needs. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You're giving your system multiple routes to achieve the same critical goal: robust nitric oxide levels throughout the day. The fourth powerful addition is pine bark extract, specifically a standardized form called pycnogenol. This extract contains a unique blend of bioflavonoids that have been extensively studied for their effects on vascular health. Pine bark extract works by enhancing the activity of nitric oxide synthase, the enzyme responsible for producing nitric oxide from arginine. It also provides antioxidant protection similar to pomegranate, but with some distinct additional benefits. Studies have found that pine bark extract can significantly improve cardiovascular function and circulation, particularly when combined with arginine or citrulline. What makes pine bark extract particularly valuable is its effect on endothelial function. Remember, those endothelial cells we talked about earlier, the ones that line your blood vessels and become less efficient with age. Pine bark extract helps rejuvenate their function. It's like giving those tired cells a tune-up, helping them work more like they did when you were younger. When you add a quality pine bark extract to your enhanced water routine, you're addressing the root cause of declining nitric oxide production at the cellular level. Here's another critical addition that often gets overlooked: leafy green vegetable powders, particularly spinach or kale powder. These greens are absolutely loaded with nitrates just like beetroot, but they also provide a host of other beneficial compounds including vitamin K, folate, and additional antioxidants. The nitrates from greens work synergistically with beetroot nitrates, and because they come from different plant sources, they provide a broader spectrum of supporting nutrients. Adding a teaspoon of high-quality greens powder to your water gives you concentrated nutrition that would require eating several large salads to match. The research on dietary nitrates from vegetables is extensive and convincing. We know that populations that consume high amounts of nitrate-rich vegetables have better cardiovascular outcomes, lower blood pressure, and better overall vascular health. These aren't just correlations either. Controlled studies have proven cause and effect. When you increase dietary nitrates, you increase nitric oxide production. And when you increase nitric oxide production, you improve blood flow and vascular function throughout the entire body. It's straightforward biology and it works predictably. Now, let's discuss ginger root powder as another valuable addition. Ginger contains compounds called gingerols that have been shown to enhance nitric oxide production while also reducing inflammation. Inflammation is a silent enemy of healthy blood flow because it damages blood vessels and impairs their ability to dilate properly. By adding ginger to your water protocol, you're not only supporting nitric oxide production, but also creating a healthier environment for that nitric oxide to work effectively. Plus, ginger adds a pleasant warming flavor that makes your enhanced water more enjoyable to drink throughout the day. Clinical research has found that ginger supplementation can improve various markers of cardiovascular health, including blood pressure and lipid profiles. The mechanisms are clear. Better cardiovascular health equals better blood flow equals better overall function and vitality. The anti-inflammatory properties of ginger are particularly important for adults over 50 who often deal with chronic low-grade inflammation that they might not even be aware of. This inflammation gradually damages the vascular system, and ginger helps combat that damage. Another powerful addition to consider is hibiscus powder. Hibiscus tea has been used traditionally for heart health, and modern research supports this use. Hibiscus contains anthocyanins and other polyphenols that help lower blood pressure by promoting vasodilation through increased nitric oxide availability. Studies have shown that regular hibiscus consumption can reduce both systolic and diastolic blood pressure significantly. For people dealing with circulation issues, blood pressure is often part of the problem. High blood pressure damages blood vessels over time and impairs healthy circulation throughout the body. Hibiscus addresses this issue while simultaneously supporting nitric oxide levels. The conclusion is simple. Plain water hydrates, but doesn't provide the precursors needed for optimal nitric oxide production after age 50. By adding beetroot powder, pomegranate extract, citrulline, pine bark extract, greens powder, ginger, and hibiscus to your daily water intake, you create a powerful circulation, supporting beverage that addresses age-related vascular decline naturally. Start with 1 or 2 additions and build from there based on your needs and budget. The tart cranberry-like flavor of hibiscus also makes your enhanced water more interesting and enjoyable. One of the challenges with any daily health routine is consistency, and if your enhanced water tastes good, you're far more likely to drink it consistently. That consistency is what delivers results over time. This isn't about a quick fix. This is about establishing a daily practice that supports optimal nitric oxide production day after day, week after week, month after month. The cumulative effects are where the real transformation happens. Let's talk about dark cocoa powder as another excellent addition. Yes, chocolate, or more specifically the flavonols found in high-quality cocoa. Cocoa flavonols have been extensively studied for their cardiovascular benefits, and multiple studies have confirmed that they improve endothelial function and increase nitric oxide bioavailability. The key is using unsweetened cocoa powder that's high in flavonols, not the sugary hot chocolate mix from the grocery store. Real cocoa provides powerful compounds that enhance blood vessel flexibility and responsiveness. Research has demonstrated that cocoa flavanol supplementation improves flow-mediated dilation, which is essentially a measure of how well your blood vessels can expand in response to increased blood flow demand. This is exactly what you need for reliable bedroom performance. When the moment arrives, you need your blood vessels to respond quickly and effectively. Cocoa flavanols train your vascular system to do exactly that. Plus, adding a small amount of cocoa to your water creates a subtle chocolate flavor that many men find appealing, making the daily routine something to look forward to rather than a chore. Another beneficial addition is tart cherry powder. Tart cherries are rich in anthocyanins and other antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. They've been studied primarily for their effects on muscle recovery and sleep quality, but the vascular benefits are equally important. Reduced oxidative stress means your nitric oxide lasts longer and works more effectively. Inflammation reduction means your blood vessels stay healthier and more responsive. Tart cherry also contains small amounts of nitrates, adding to the overall nitrate load that supports nitric oxide production. One often overlooked aspect of sexual health is recovery and energy levels. If you're constantly fatigued or your body isn't recovering well from daily activities, your performance in all areas suffers, including intimately. Tart cherry addresses this by supporting better sleep quality and reducing muscle soreness and fatigue. When you feel better overall, when you have more energy, when you're sleeping well, your intimate life improves naturally. Everything is connected, and Tart cherry helps optimize multiple systems simultaneously. Now, here's something crucial that ties all of this together: timing and consistency. You can't just add these ingredients to your water occasionally and expect miracles. The real power comes from daily, consistent use. I recommend starting your day with an enhanced water mixture containing several of these ingredients. Then have another serving in the early afternoon. This provides sustained support for nitric oxide production throughout your most active hours. Your body needs consistent input to maintain optimal output. When you first start this protocol, you might notice some changes within a few days to a week. Many men report feeling more energetic, experiencing better workout performance, or noticing improvements in morning firmness. These are all signs that your nitric oxide levels are improving. However, the full benefits typically take 4 to 6 weeks to manifest completely. This is because you're not just addressing immediate nitric oxide levels, you're actually improving the health and function of your entire vascular system. That takes time, but the results are worth the patience. Let me address something important. Quality matters tremendously with these supplements. Not all beetroot powders are created equal. Not all pomegranate extracts contain the same levels of active compounds. When you're shopping for these additions, look for products that are organic, minimally processed, and preferably from companies that provide third-party testing results. You want to know that what's on the label is actually in the container, and that there aren't contaminants or fillers that could undermine your results. It's also worth noting that while each of these additions is powerful on its own, the real magic happens when you combine several of them. This is called a synergistic effect, where the whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. Beetroot provides nitrates, citrulline provides arginine precursors, pomegranate and pine bark protect and enhance the nitric oxide you produce. Ginger reduces inflammation, and cocoa improves endothelial function. Together, they create a comprehensive support system for optimal nitric oxide production and utilization. Some men ask me about dosing. And while individual needs vary, here's a reasonable starting point. 1 to 2 tsp of beetroot powder, 1 tsp of pomegranate powder, half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of citrulline, 1/4 teaspoon of pine bark extract, 1 teaspoon of greens powder, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder, half a teaspoon of hibiscus powder, 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder, and half a teaspoon of tart cherry powder. You can mix these together in advance and store them in an airtight container. Then add 2 to 3 tablespoons of the mixture to a large glass of water once or twice daily. Now, taste is subjective, and some of these ingredients can be quite earthy or tart. You can add a small amount of natural sweetener like stevia if needed, or a squeeze of fresh lemon juice, which also provides additional antioxidants. Some men prefer to divide the ingredients between 2 glasses of water rather than taking everything at once. The important thing is finding a routine that works for you and that you'll stick with long term. Results come from consistency, not perfection. I also want to emphasize that while these additions to your water are powerful, They work best as part of an overall healthy approach. This isn't permission to eat poorly or remain sedentary because you're drinking enhanced water. These additions amplify the results you get from taking care of yourself, but they can't completely overcome major health problems on their own. That said, for many men, these simple additions make the difference between adequate function and truly satisfying performance. The science supporting all of this is robust and continues to grow. Researchers worldwide are studying nitric oxide and its crucial role in human health, particularly as we age. What we're discovering is that maintaining healthy nitric oxide levels might be one of the single most important factors in aging well, maintaining vitality, and preserving quality of life. It affects your heart, your brain, your muscles, your immune system, and yes, your intimate performance. By addressing nitric oxide production directly through these water additions, you're investing in your overall health in a meaningful, measurable way. One final thought about why this approach is so effective. It's cumulative and preventative. You're not waiting until there's a serious problem to take action. You're supporting optimal function before problems develop or worsen. For men who are already experiencing difficulties, these additions can help reverse some of the vascular damage and dysfunction that has accumulated. For men who haven't yet noticed problems, these additions help prevent issues from developing in the first place. Either way, you win. So, here's what I want you to take away from all of this. Plain water is good, but enhanced water is transformational. The additions we've discussed today, beetroot, pomegranate, citrulline, pine bark, greens, ginger, hibiscus, cocoa, and tart cherry, work through multiple pathways to support robust nitric oxide production. This leads to better blood flow, improved vascular health, increased energy, and yes, significantly better performance in the bedroom. This isn't complicated, this isn't expensive, this is simple science-backed nutrition that works with your body's natural processes to restore and optimize function. Start with just a few of these additions if trying all of them feels overwhelming. Beetroot and pomegranate alone make a powerful combination. Add citrulline and pine bark next, then incorporate the others as you're comfortable. Find what works for your taste preferences and your routine. The goal is sustainable change, not temporary enthusiasm. Make your enhanced water as much a part of your daily routine as brushing your teeth. And watch as your energy, vitality, and performance transform over the coming weeks and months. Your body is remarkably responsive to proper nutrition.